we're at a stretch here where, in my opinion, we got to get things rolling.
Yeah, definitely. Come out, and this is a good game to be able to do that. Like you said, it's kind of been lopsided in the past, but they're going to come out and play hard since it's a county game, and they do have a 6-3 record. So, but not sure the competition on what they played there, but they're going to play hard, they're going to play physical, and we've got to be able to bring the same kind of energy.
Yeah, and they have 11 girls. They played a JV team. Basically rotating about 7 to 8 of them girls through to get through a game. Quarters could become an issue tonight if they get in foul trouble. But they got a decent mixture. A lot of young underclassmen, sophomores, and freshmen on this group. They come in with the Brown sisters as the only 2 seniors on the team, and then they have 1 junior in Ansley Nance. So, the other 8 are sophomores and freshmen. So, they're relying a lot on their underclassmen. I know in three of their losses, one of them comes to Lanesville, who's, number 1, number 2 in 1A.
Right,
so,
yeah. Very good team.
But, other than that, I don't really know who they played, quality-wise as what we have played. But, it doesn't matter. We went over there in 16-17 and got beat, and just why you play the game. But we'll see what happens here tonight as we got this rival going.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely, you want to come out and we'll come out and play hard. Like I said, it's county rival. You just can't take anybody lightly, especially when you're playing your county rival. So I think just the girls come out, limit turnovers, just kind of the same things you go into every game looking for. But, play hard, and so just don't take them lightly.
So excuse me. Mr. Newcomb talking to me there, sorry. Talk a little bit about what's going on around Musketeer Nation. We'll be back in action again, bringing you the boys' game as they got a doubleheader this weekend. They'll be at home against Crawford County tomorrow night, and then they go on the road down to Clarksville, where we've had a tough time winning down there in the past. Clarksville is always a very athletic team. But earlier this week, Tuesday night, the girls come away with a 2-point win over Mitchell here. Ava Souter with 2 free throws with about 6 seconds left to give them a 2-point lead. So they won't be back in action again till next Thursday. They get a little bit of a break. It's the first break of the season. I think the girls are kind of looking forward to it. Yeah, but like we were talking, we're getting to the part of the season we got to figure things out because we're 5-6 weeks away from postseason. I mean, it's going to go quick.
It is, and you kind of want to get in a row here. I know, in 2017 when we won the state championship, that's where we got on a row. I think we won like 15, 16, 17 in a row, and that's kind of what pushed, going into the holiday tournament, and you're playing a lot of games, and you really want to get it in a row going into postseason. Because a lot of times it doesn't matter what your record is going into postseason; it's how you're playing. So
yeah, you're exactly right. And with how the things have worked out in high school basketball, Christmas break, you really don't get a break.
No, not anymore.
I think the girls, they got a JV tournament on the 21st now. They got I believe on the 23rd, they go to Columbus East, and then, they're back in action in that holiday tournament over at Vince Sims, which is a very competitive tournament.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's the point where you're talking about in 17. We went over and went 0-3, and Coach McBride's searching for answers, and they were answered. I mean, we went on a roll and brought home a state title that year. So We're down to about 30 seconds here. We'll step away and hear a word from our sponsors and get ready to bring you the starting lineups right after the national anthem. This is Lady Musketeer basketball out of Salem, Indiana, at Wslm.
Everyone needs a passion.
Young people, especially.
That's one of the reasons why high school sports are so powerful.
Because they give student-athletes purpose, something to be passionate about. I'm Sandra Walter.
And I'm Robert Falkins. We're both assistant commissioners for the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
And we're passionate about preserving the purity of high school sports.
They're the purest form of sport left. They're played on a level playing field.
And they're played for schools and community pride.
They promote sportsmanship and build character.
And this year, we are thrilled to welcome back our passionate fans.
So buy a ticket to your school's next sporting event
and experience the passion and the purity of high school sports.
The athletes and schools deserve your support.
This is your team. This is your community. This is your IHSAA. Last year, this is what a touchdown sounded like at a high school football game without fans.
Touchdown, Tigers!
Without you there, Indiana high school sports just weren't the same. But this year... a touchdown will sound like a touchdown again, because you'll be there to experience it. High school sports are far better with you in the stands. That's because high school sports are about more than the game. They're about the community. They're about the fans in the stands who come together to cheer for the leaders of tomorrow.
Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Knight, and I just want to welcome you back to the stands. The students and schools deserve your support.
This is high school football. This is Friday night. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Robert, are you going to a game on Friday?
Yep, I've already got my ticket, Carrie, which we both know as Indiana High School Athletic Association Assistant Commissioners is much more than a ticket.
It's so much more. When you go to a high school sporting event, you're making a contribution to your community.
That's right. The proceeds from ticket sales go right back to your school's athletic department to help pay for things like facility maintenance and officiating crews.
And just by being there, you're encouraging the student athletes in your community to achieve their goals.
They need that encouragement. They need high school sports in their lives.
They really do, because they teach important life lessons like how to be part of a team.
And it's the team that provides a sense of community.
Which is why it's so important for the whole community to come together to support their high school student athletes.
So join us and buy a ticket to the game.
You'll be supporting your entire community.
This is your team. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back here to Eastern High School. We're set to give you the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. First for the visitors, the Lady Senators. Starting at one guard, a sophomore, 5'2", number 3, Alandra Johnson. Starting at another guard, a 5'3" sophomore, number 12, Shelby Griffith. Starting at a forward, 5'8" senior, number 20, Mackenzie Brown. Starting at the other guard, a 5'8" senior, number 22, Madison Brown. And starting at a forward, a 5'10" freshman, number 32, Ava Woods. Coach for the Lady Senators in his second season, Matthew Myers. For the Lady Musketeers, they're going to go with the normal five. Starting at one guard, a 5'9" junior, number 12, Ava Souter. Starting in a running mate, another 5'4" senior, number 20, McKenna Jeter. Starting at the other guard, a 5'6" junior, number 22, Gracie Lewis. Starting at forward, a 5'8" junior, number 24, Madeline Llewellyn. And the one in the center, who we go through all night, a 5'11" junior, number 40, Kaya McKinley. The Musketeers are coached by Mr. Michael McBride. So we're set to go here, Shane. McKenna set to jump against Woods. Up, and it's controlled by the Senators. But Griffith gets it. She's going to walk it across, being guarded by Jeter. Jeter really pressuring her. And they're going to get her for a foul.
That's one you do not want to pick up this early in the ball game.
Yeah, that'll be McKenna's first team first. 15 seconds into it, but you could tell Coach is
wanting to be aggressive.
Yeah,
But you got to keep your hands off,
yeah.
especially that far from the basket.
So Brown with it, goes to her sister. She comes back to the top. She drives to the left side, hands it off to Griffith. She looks to the coach for a play, brings it back up to the top. Looking, having trouble finding somebody. Goes to Brown out the top. She drives into the post of Wood. She goes up the left-hand shot, no good. Rebound comes to Ava Souter. Off to Jeter. Jeter on the push, up to Gracie Lewis. Back to Jeter. Swings it over to the left side to Souter. Goes to Madeline Llewellyn in the corner. Madeline comes back to the top to Gracie. Goes back to Madeline. Hits Kai at the top. Goes to Souter on the short corner. Got it.
Good pass there, but I think that's where we're going to, we'll have that open most of the night, that short corner.
So here comes the Senators. A double dribble I called there, but Brown all the way down, goes up, no good. But Kaya with the rebound, gives it to Jeter. Jeter on the push, gives it up to Llewellyn. Hits Kaya right down the middle, running the floor, and got it. 4-0 Musketeer lead.
And this is what you wanted to get a quick, fast start for us.
Yeah, good start for the Musketeers. We're going to have a timeout by the Senators. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here with you as the Musketeers out to a 4-0 lead in the first minute 20 of the ball game. 2 easy buckets by the Musketeers there, Shane.
And we're getting out, getting the rebound and getting out fast and pushing it up the floor. And I think it's what we need to do, try to, before they set their defense, get some quick, easy baskets.
Well, they're going to play that 2-3 zone, and, we've struggled against 2-3 zone,
Sure.
and the way you beat a 2-3 zone is to get down there, like you said, before they get set up. So,
they definitely they're going to want to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, and I think their guards are a little shaky.
Like you said, they are young, so.
Now, I'm telling you right now, Coach Myers is taking this play from Brownstown. Brownstown ran this against us the other night. He was there to watch it, so didn't work quite as well for him as it did Brownstown. Ball into Brown. She picks it up, gives it over to her sister. Jeter with the steal, on the attack now. Drives down the lane. She's going to go with a little runner. No good. Rebounded by Brown. Mackenzie Brown gives it off to Shelby Griffith now. Shelby being guarded by Jeter now. Got to keep her hands off. She's going to pick up her second.
Yep.
Right there it is.
Right there.
So Jeter now with her second. This guy is calling it tight.
Definitely, could have gone, a different way there, but, she's got to know she's already got her first foul. She can't pick up a quick second.
So here comes Griffith across the timeline. It's Woods. Looks like she traveled. No call. And ball deflected is going to be off the Senators, the Musketeer ball.
Yeah, they're starting a little shaky here. You can tell maybe some nerves going on right now, maybe a little bit.
Coach McBride's still on that official about the foul on Jeter. Jeter off the Souter now. She looks, goes to the right corner to Gracie Lewis. She brings it back to the top to Llewellyn, hits Jeter. Jeter looks, goes back to Madeline. Back over to Gracie Lewis now. She looks, goes to Souter in the corner now. She brings it back to the top to Llewellyn. Jeter's going to let 3 go. No good. Rebound by Madison Brown. Hands it off to Griffith. Now she brings it up, crosses the timeline, goes to the left side. It's high post to Woods. Fakes the hands off to Johnson. Going to give it to Brown. Goes to her sister on the right wing now.
Being very, very patient now.
Back into Woods. Going to give it off to Griffith, and she lays it in for 2.
She made a good cut down the lane there. Got an easy bucket.
Gracie Lewis was now back to Jeter. Goes to Souter. Back to Madeline now. Turns it over.
Can't force that.
Mackenzie Brown with the steal. Gives it off to Griffith. They play extremely hard for Coach Myers. He's done a nice job over there.
Right, and that's what you want. You got a young team, you know. One thing you can preach to them is to play hard. And
so Johnson with it now, goes over to Woods, traveled, no call. Goes over to Brown, goes to Lander, Johnson. Goes to Woods in the corner now. She's looking. She's just a freshman, you know. She's going to be good.
right.
So now checking in for the Musketeers is going to be Christina Knight for Jeter.
You know, it's nice having Christina this year to be able, you know, when Jeter does pick up a
Yeah.
couple quick fouls to bring her in, you know, somebody could shoot the ball and help handle the ball.
The Musketeers with it. Goes to Souter. Over to Christina. Back to Madeline. Goes back up to Ava. Gracie Lewis. She goes over to Christina. Christina thought about it. Now she passes over to Gracie Lewis. She goes to Souter. Back to Lewis. She's going to let three go from the top. No good. Chased down there by Woods. Gives it to Johnson. Back over to Griffith. After that timeout, the West Washington's kind of settled down now. 4-2 Musketeer lead with just under 4 to go here in the first quarter.
Oh, almost a steal.
Kyle went for the steal. Didn't get it. Now Johnson with it. She's drive down the left side. Kicks it out to Brown.
Oh,
Brown's going to get called for the travel.
You know, defensively, we're kind of letting them do what they want as far as passing the ball around. And, you know, we're not, you know, trying to keep the ball on one side of the floor and, you know, force a turnover here. So I think.
Checking in for the Musketeers is Kaylee McKinley in for Gracie Lewis. Here comes Ava. She comes across the timeline. Goes to Knight. Back to Ava. Goes to the corner to Madeline. She goes inside to Kaya. Ball's loose. Going to be a jump ball. Should stay with the Musketeers.
That was almost a tackle there.
Yeah.
I mean, she ran into her and knocked her down to the floor.
So Ava Satter sets the inbound. Goes to Kaylee. Kaylee's going to drive right down the middle. No shot. Going to be out of bounds. Going to be a foul on Griffith, her first. Team first. And to Madeline now. Goes back to Knight. She thought about it. Now she just drives down the lane. Going to go up a little runner. Got it and gets fouled. She's the energizer of this team.
She is. She comes in and provides, like you said, a lot of energy, and she can knock down shots, especially when, you know, she's on. I mean, like the Floyd Central game where she had 50, she was our leading scorer, so she's a good six-man, you know, girl off the bench.
The foul's on Woods, her first, team second. Free throw's good by Christina. Musketeers still showing pressure. Still by Kaylee. She goes up and got it. So,
giving a little trouble with pressure.
It's going to be a jump ball. So 9-2 with 3:07 to go here in the.
You know, and getting a score here that allows you to set up your press. And we're doing a good job putting you know, a lot of pressure up front here, forcing some turnovers and jump balls.
I really like that, you know, zone press we were running right there, and you know, it was a little more effective than the man-to-man.
Oh, that was
turnover. West Washington as Brown stepped on the line. So it's going to go back to the Musketeers. So here comes Ava Souter across the timeline. Goes over to the right side to Christina. She looks, goes down to Madeline. Madeline thought about it, kicks it out to Christina, goes back to Ava. Ava goes to the corner to Madeline. Skip pass over to Christina. Nothing there. She's going to let three go now. Oh, no good. Ball loose. Comes up with Christina, gets her own rebound. Back to Kaylee. Back to Christina. Over to Ava. Ava thought about it. Now she's going to drive down the lane, kick it to Kaylee. Kaylee's going to drive with a nice shot fake. Kaya kicks it back to Madeline. She about lost it. Christina thought about it. Nothing there. Back to Souter now. Souter goes to Kaya at the top. Madeline with it in the corner. Goes to Knight. Knight with the skip to Kaylee. Kaylee back to Knight. Knight looks to drive. Drives down the lane. Left-handed layup. No good. And it's going to stay with the Musketeers after West Washington knocked out of bounds.
Wide open layup there.
Well, we talked about in the JV game how they wasn't driving. We're driving in this game
right
here. We're hitting the gaps.
Yep. And that's key in the zone. You want to be able to, move the ball quickly and then drive the gap.
So Kaylee with it off the inbound. She's going to drive, going to go up. No call. Rebound. Here comes Griffith now. Now Brown with it at the top. Goes to the left side to Woods. Goes to Johnson in the left corner, being guarded by Souter. Now she goes to Brown. Now over to Griffith. Back to Johnson. Johnson back over to Brown. Back to her sister. Goes to Griffith now. Griffith looking. Nothing there. Now she's going to go to Woods back out to the top. Now she's going to go to Brown on the left side to her sister now on the left side. She drives the middle. Nothing there. Comes back to her sister. Goes to Johnson on the right side.
I'd like
to drive.
I'm sorry, Mikey. Try to keep the ball on one side. We're just letting them reverse the ball too easy. Yeah, we should pick that up. It was partially blocked.
Anytime you can grab it, you got to grab it.
Right.
So it'll stay with the Lady Senators. And you can see the emphasis of, what Coach Myers is wanting. He's wanting the ball to go to Woods.
Right.
Into Woods. Back to Griffith now. Goes to Brown in the corner. Goes to Woods. Going to go up. Oh, ball being loose. Griffith with it. No good. Throws it up to Woods. She kicks it out to Brown. Brown on a drive now. Throws it over to Johnson. Ball deflected. Johnson with it. Turnover.
Good pressure by
Bailey with it. Got to look ahead. She's going to go up. And it's going to be an offensive foul.
Not quite sure about that, Mikey.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Kaylee plays so hard that she gets out of control a little bit sometimes.
Well, plus they both went up at the same time. So there wasn't really a position that was established there.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But
so Griffith gets it off the inbound.
Good pressure.
She just throws it off the foot of Christina.
We're doing a really good job when they get the first entry right there and doubling. And it's making it difficult for them to get up the floor.
So into Johnson. She's trapped. Splits it. Tries to get to Brown. She does. Ball to Brown. Now Woods with it on the breakaway. Going to go up and get it. Here comes Souter. Over to Kaylee now. Kaylee looks to drive. Goes to Christina. Over to Ava. Ava with it. Now she goes to Madeline. Back to Ava. Bounce pass to Kaylee. Back out to Christina. She's going to drive down the lane. Going to go up. No good. Rebound Kaya. She got it. 11-4. We got an official timeout here with 1.1 to go.
Not sure what they're talking about here, Mikey.
What are we waiting on here now? So there's going to be 1.1 to go. 11-4. West Washington didn't know how much time was on the clock. That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter as the Musketeers hold a 11-4 lead. We'll step away and hear a word from our sponsors. This is Wslm Radio out of Salem, Indiana, bringing you Lady Musketeer basketball.
Hey, Robert, are you going to a game on Friday?
Yep, I've already got my ticket, Carrie, which we both know as Indiana High School Athletic Association Assistant Commissioners is much more than a ticket.
It's so much more. When you go to a high school sporting event, you're making a contribution to your community.
That's right. The proceeds from ticket sales go right back to your school's athletic department to help pay for things like facility maintenance and officiating crews.
And just by being there, you're encouraging the student athletes in your community to achieve their goals.
They need that encouragement. They need high school sports in their lives.
They really do, because they teach important life lessons like how to be part of a team.
And it's the team that provides a sense of community.
Which is why it's so important for the whole community to come together to support their high school student athletes.
So join us and buy a ticket to the game.
You'll be supporting your entire community.
This is your team. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back here to Eastern High School as we're set for the second quarter. It'll be Lady Musketeer basketball.
I thought we did a good job there that first quarter. You know, West Washington, was slowing it down. So, but
yeah, they were very patient offensively. We let them kind of do what they wanted.
Sure.
So here comes Souter now against this 2-3. Goes to Kaylee now. She hands it off to Madeline. Madeline comes back top to Souter. Souter goes to Knight. Down to Kaylee. A little pass to top to Ava. Thought about it.
Oh, that's wide open.
They are just setting off of us, daring us to shoot it. Ball is deflected. Kaylee pass deflected. Brown steals it. Gives it to Griffith now.
Which, that's what I would do, until we start knocking down some shots. Show that we can make the outside shot.
Griffith with it. Picked her dribble up. She's in a little bit of trouble. Goes to Brown now. Brown down to Woods. Ball loose. Brown gets it. Christina Brown comes up with it. Griffith with it now, looking for help. Goes to Johnson. Goes over to Brown. Back to Woods. Good steal by Kaylee. Kaylee on the attack. So right here's a kick out.
Yep.
Nice, going to let three go. Short. Rebounded by Madison Brown. Mackenzie Brown. Now she goes to her sister Madison. Madison tries to dribble through it. Tries to get rid of it. Going to be a jump ball. It should stay with the Lady Musketeers, or Lady Senators.
And that's, on that last fast break, that's what you're looking for. We got the ball down and kicked it out for a wide open three-pointer.
So here comes the Senators. Griffith with it. She's going to cross the timeline. Calls out the play here. Goes to the left side. Now she's off the Woods. Just looks like she travels when she catches.
Yeah,
she's got that hop or something.
Little hop in her step.
Mackenzie over to her sister Madison. Now back to Griffith. Goes over to Woods. There it is again. Landry Johnson with it now at the top. Looking for help. Goes to Griffith. Goes into Woods.
For doubling.
Now kicks it back out to Griffith. Back to Johnson.
Right here, let's keep that ball. Try to keep it on this side. There you go. Good job.
Stolen by Christina. Here comes Christina on the attack. Kicks it to Kaylee. She's going to let one go. No good. Rebound by Madison Brown. Gives it to Griffith now. She brings it up against Christina. Christina with the steal. She double dribbled.
I think she got a little bit excited seeing Ava wide open down under the basket there and tried to pass it and slipped out of her hands.
Coach McBride, I think, is a little frustrated right now. It's 11-4 with 5:49 to go. He's going to bring Jeter back. The next dead ball. The Senators having trouble. They finally get it in. Here comes Brown on the attack. Ball deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Senators. Jeter checks in for Christina. Senators kind of don't know what they're running, trying to get it in. Throws it up, and they turn it over. I don't think either coach is happy right now with the way their teams are playing.
No, we haven't started off the second quarter very good. So
here comes McKenna now. She goes to Kaylee, over to Madeline. Madeline's been shooting the ball well. I'd like to see her get going a little bit. Ava with it now. We're not even looking to shoot the basketball, Shane.
No, Ava's wide open.
Ava's going to let one go from the top, and she got it.
That shot's been there.
Yeah.
This whole first half, really.
So 14-4 Musketeer lead. Here comes Johnson. She pulls up for a little 10-footer and got it. Here come the Musketeers, and it's going to be a turnover as Madeline couldn't handle Jeter's pass right there.
And it's, that's an unforced turnover, and that's, Coach definitely ain't going to like that.
The Senators inbound, gets it into Johnson. Johnson brings it up, looking for help. Now she goes to Madison Brown on the attack. Gives it over to her sister for a little 15-footer and got it. So here comes Jeter now. Little spurt by the Senators. Kaylee with it. She's going to drive. Kick it over to Jeter. Jeter brings it back. Goes to Souter at the top. Over to Llewellyn. Back to Souter.
Again, that shot's there.
You know, they're just daring you to shoot it. So, Ava with her. Back to Ava now. Ava looks. Go to Jeter. Back to Ava. Goes over to Madeline. Goes to short corner to Kaylee. Back to Kaya for the layup and got it. Griffith with it, being double teamed. Goes to the corner, and we're going to have a timeout by the Senators. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll step away and hear a word from our sponsor. This is Lady Musketeer Basketball, being brought to you by Wslm Radio out of Salem, Indiana.
This is Becky White from Wslm. I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Hello there, Jalen Hoare here at John Jones in Salem, Indiana. Winter is here, as well as a bunch of Chevrolet trucks. We've got incoming 21 and 22 model Silverados. Come check out our inventory at 1450 South State Road 60. Pick out the truck that works best for you and your family, or check out our inventory online at johnjonesautogroup.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at 877-473-5546. And from Jalen Hoare over at John Jones, happy holidays.
At John Jones GM City, you see so many because they pay so little.
All right, welcome back here to Eastern High School. It'll be Lady Senator basketball coming out of the timeout. On the floor for the Musketeers, you got Kaya McKinley, Kaylee McKinley, Jeter, Souter, and Llewellyn. For the Senators, you got McKenzie and Madison Brown, Woods, Griffith, and Johnson. You know, West Washington has a sub yet.
No, they, like I said, they're young and have a lot of freshmen and sophomores, so they're not very deep. So
the ball comes in now to Madison Brown. She gets it. She's going to be guarded by Llewellyn. Llewellyn about got a steal there. Ball is loose, and it's going to be a jump ball. And the possession arrow, new scores table, I can't see.
Yeah, it's hard to see what I was going to say. I thought it should be ours.
So, Lady Musketeer basketball. Here comes Jeter. Goes to the left side, hands it off to Madeline. She comes to Souter. Souter looks, goes back to Madeline, goes into Kaylee, kicks it back out. Now Souter back over to Jeter. She's going to let three go. No good. Ball batted around. Kaya comes down with it. Back to Souter now. Back to McKenna. Back to Souter. She's going to let three more go from the top. Got it. I'm hoping she don't pass no more up.
No, she's hit two in a row now.
So, ball into Brown, and she is going to be called for a travel.
Yeah, Ava's, she's passed up several shots on the top of the key there, and she's hit her last two, so hopefully she's gaining some confidence to take that shot.
So 19-8 Musketeer lead with 3:18 to go in the first half. Into Kaylee. Kicks it out to Jeter, goes to Souter. She's got to let another one go.
Yeah. She's wide open again there.
I'd let it go now. I wouldn't be hesitating.
No.
Into Kaya. Being triple teamed. It's going to be a jump ball.
Call jump ball. A lot of hands there.
Yeah.
It'll be West Washington's ball.
So into Griffith. She picks her dribble up, and it's going to be scrambled, and Jeter's on the out-of-bounds line as they scramble forward, and it's going to stay with the Lady Senators.
We're doing a good job on that press. I don't think they've crossed half court in
a
couple minutes.
So Knight and Lewis set to check. check in. They're going to get Jeter and Llewellyn. So Brown set to inbound, goes to Johnson. And she
throws
it out of bounds. Going to go back to the Lady Musketeers. You can tell this pressure's really getting them frustrated right now. Souter set to inbound. She goes to Kaylee. Kaylee drives, spins, kicks it over to Gracie. Back to Christina. Goes to Souter. To Kaya. Back to Knight. Knight with a little 12-foot floater. Got it.
Nice little shot there.
When she plays under control, she's good.
Right. Good steals. You're exactly right, Mike. It's when she gets, she speeds up and gets a little bit out of control.
Going to be a foul on.
Did a good job there.
Number 22, Madison Brown. That'll be her first, team third. Not a lot of fouls been called, Shane. We're 2:35 to go, and 3 apiece team fouls. Into Kaya.
Move that ball around.
Gracie, back over to Christina, goes to Kaylee.
I see like Ava. I mean, she's hit 2 shots from the top of the key. Right now she's playing on the left wing. I'd like to see her be back on top.
Yeah.
Again, on top of the key. She needs to come over because she's be wide open.
Kaya with a nice bounce pass from her knees to Ava. She misses the layup. So here comes Woods with it, gives it to Griffith. First time in a while the Lady Senators are able to set up an offense. Goes over to Brown. Madison Brown on the drive. Being double teamed now. Looking for help. Gives it to her sister. She brings it back to the top. Now she's going to go to Shelby Griffith. Griffith on a drive on the left side. Nothing there. Picks her dribble up. Goes inside to Woods. Woods spins with the right hand. No good. Picked up by Souter. Souter on the attack now. Brings it up. Goes to Knight.
Reverse it.
Over to Kaylee. Kaylee thought about it. Back to Knight. Goes to Souter now. Souter slows it up. Goes back to Knight. Back to Souter. Hits Kaya. Back to Christina. She drives. Goes to Kaylee on the baseline. Little up and under. No good. Off her sister's head. And it's going to be somehow stay with us.
Wow. Yeah, I have to even say it should be their ball, but
yeah.
Okay, we'll take it.
I think that should have been West Washington basketball, but so now the Musketeers with it. Gracie Lewis at the top, goes to Ava.
Shoot the ball, Ava.
You can hear people yelling in the stands for Ava to shoot it. Gracie with it. Over to Ava now. Back to Christina.
Quick pass. Oh, she has.
Christina, skip pass over to Gracie Lewis. Goes to Souter. She's got to shoot that. Got to be ready to shoot.
She's wide open.
Gracie back to Ava. Ava's got to want to score. Christina now on the right side. Looks. Goes into the high post to Kai. Back to Ava. Ava passes up another shot. Goes to Kaylee. Back out to Gracie. Back to Ava. We're down to 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Kaya drives, kicks it to her sister, and turns it over.
Got a little out of control there.
Here comes Griffith on the attack. Going to be a foul on Christina Knight.
But that right there is not going to happen with the turnover if we look to shoot the basketball.
Right, you're right. We almost put ourselves to sleep at sometimes, just passing the basketball instead of, staying in that attack mode. When we're in attack mode, we're good.
Right.
Ball into Griffith. She looks to hand it off to Brown. Brown goes and gets it. Picks it up in the backcourt, being hounded by Souter. Shelby Griffith with it now. Shot up, blocked, and that's going to bring us to the half. As the Lady Musketeers lead 21-8 at the half over the Lady Senators. This is Lady Musketeer basketball being brought to you by Wslm Radio out of Salem, Indiana. We'll hear a word from our sponsors and be right back to get some thoughts from Shane on this first half action.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Let's get you set up with everything you need to know about the IHSAA. It's a busy time of year for high school sports, and we welcome you to the Commissioner's Corner. I'm Brendan King in for the Coach Bob Lovell, joined alongside IHSAA Commissioner. That is Paul Neidig. Paul, certainly a busy time. We've got some semi-state winners to crown this weekend.
Yeah, isn't it great? I'll take busy every day of the week. Great time of the year. And, we've celebrated some state championships this fall, but we got to focus on football the next 2 weeks now.
No doubt about it. You mentioned state championships, Paul, at Lucas Oil Stadium coming up here in just a couple weeks. I wanted to ask you this. When you look at last year and you look at this year, was game planning for this year easier or harder just because obviously you're back to normal, there's more people to manage, and there's just more stuff going on this year without, as much COVID restriction?
Yeah, I think it's certainly different. I think this year for us, planning-wise, looked more like 2019, previous years. You got to remember, 2 months ago, while we were playing, we were still trying to figure out how to play. And, it's opening up a high school venue is one scenario, but then opening up a facility like Lucas Oil and temperature checks and clearing between stands and the sanitization that took place. It was all the right stuff to do. But, yeah, there were a lot more moving parts given COVID-19, where it was at, treatments and protocols than there are this year. But certainly still respect what's going on with COVID and going to do it safely.
Oh, we talked about this a little bit last week, but the state championships this year inside Lucas Oil, what can fans expect that may be a little bit different from last season?
I think we're going to see more fans. Everything that we've seen this fall has been, I would call this the year of the fan. People have come back in groves just to go watch a high school football. I think they realize the value in the experience, how much fun it is to go watch that time-honored tradition of kids playing for their local high school. And it's just going to be fans. I look for a lot of energy in the building this year. We don't have to clean out, clear the facilities, so fans that want to come and buy a ticket and watch 3 games in a day are going to be able to do that this year. And I just really think there's going to be a lot of energy. And we had the energy last year, but it's just hard when you had a maximum of 5,000 per contest. This year that number's going to be at least double that, and we're hoping triple that with people coming out to watch their kids play.
Well, I'm definitely excited to be on the call for the Class 2A state championship game inside Lucas Oil, Paul. But, after the state championships, no rest for the weary. You're going to be right in the basketball season and holiday tournaments before you know it.
Again, it's just the holiday season is a great time of the year where between Christmas and New Year's, there's holiday tournaments. There's just a lot of basketball played. Kids get a chance to not to have to focus on the daily education side of why they're in school, the main reason why they're in school, and just take a 2-week period of time and just focus on playing basketball with their teammates. And great games, great tradition along the way. But, our ladies are playing, our young men are playing, and we're going to go with it.
Paul, what's really the next step for you guys in terms of spring planning after football state championships finish up? Because that's obviously a big load off your shoulder.
Once football gets over with, we do try to catch our breath a little bit at the beginning of December. But it's what's interesting is we just had a meeting this morning, and our assistant commissioners are looking at their officials meetings and the training for officials and getting them prepared for the next season, and what rule changes have come to us from the National Federation of High Schools over the last year. How do we get that information out to our schools and our coaches? And it's a constant cycle of training officials, looking at game protocol, looking at what's best for the tournaments. Do we need to make adjustments to provide a better experience for student athletes? We don't just go play a state championship in football in 2 weeks and quit thinking about it for the next year. It's constant, and the staff does a phenomenal job. They keep it live, they keep it real, and they continue to focus on what we need to do before the year's over, how we're going to manage the next year.
He is the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. I'm Brendan King with you on the Commissioner's Corner. Paul, always appreciate the time. Should be a really fun next couple of weeks.
It is, and good luck with the show this weekend, Brandon. I look forward to tuning in Friday and Saturday night to hearing the experts talk about high school football.
Thanks for listening to the Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Chris, last year was a challenge,
It was quite a challenge.
but we overcame it.
That's what life's all about, overcoming challenges together.
And I'm so proud of our entire state and our local communities for persevering through last year together. I'm Indiana High School Athletic Association Assistant Commissioner Carrie Schludecker.
And I'm Assistant Commissioner Chris Kaufman. Last year, we learned something that high school sports have always taught kids, how to overcome challenges through discipline and teamwork.
Our student athletes do it year in and year out.
And last year, they did it with limited to no attendance.
But this year, fans are back in the stands, and we want to see your enthusiasm.
So we're challenging.
All right, welcome back here to Eastern High School as we got about 2.5 minutes to go in the half. Shane, what's your thoughts on the first half as the Musketeers lead 21-8? Well, it's, a couple good things I like is, the pressure we put up after scoring the basket. We've, done a good job of forcing some turnovers off our full court pressure. And we played good defense, but the part of it that don't really care for them, we've let them move the ball around way too easy. I feel like we can, keep it on one side of the floor, pressure it, force a little more turnovers. On the other side, I'd like to see as far as offense, we're giving up a lot of wide open shots, especially Ava. She's probably given up or passed up 7 or 8 shots, and especially, she hit 2 in a row there. She's in a groove. I'd like to see her be a little more aggressive. And we're going to get games this year where we're going to need her to take them shots, especially if they give them to her. Because she can, she's shown them tonight that she can knock them down. So, but I thought, Christina's done a good job coming off the bench when she's under control. And hopefully, McKenna can stay out of foul trouble here and, get some playing time in. She hasn't played hardly any at all.
Yeah. And, something I'll add to that is, as effective as our press has been, we haven't taken advantage of it at all. In my opinion, I mean, we've probably forced them into 15-plus turnovers.
Right.
Or maybe not even close to that, 10 to 15, but we probably haven't scored but over maybe a fourth of them on them possessions. So we got to do a better job at that. I know you want to play fast, but at times we got to play under control and not out of control. I think you're up 13 right now as we're ending down the first half clock, but halftime clock. But I think you got to come out and you got to make a statement right here. You let them, get a bucket or two and let them keep it around 10 or so. They're just going to keep gaining confidence, thinking they can still play with us.
Sure.
You got to come out and, have a better second half. Saturday when we were over there at Brownstown, we come out flat. You can't relax because you're up 13.
Yeah. And honestly, we have really dominated the game, but we're only up 13. So,
yeah, I mean, and I'm not trying to take anything away from West Washington at all, but they got 8 points, and a lot of them are on our defensive breakdown.
Right.
So,
yeah, we need to capitalize on our, like you said, you're right, we need to capitalize off them turnovers we're forcing, and we're not right now.
So West Washington is going to go with the five they played the whole game. Johnson, Griffith, Brown, and Woods. The Musketeers are going back with their starters. It'll be Musketeer basketball. Souter set with it. Goes to Souter now. Jeter with it over on the left wing. Goes back up to Llewellyn. Over to Gracie Lewis on the right wing. Looks, come back to the top of Souter. She drives down the right side, kicks it to Jeter. Jeter thought about it. Now she's going to drive, kick it out to Madeline. Hit Ava at the top of the key. Little 8-footer, no good. Rebounded by Brown. That's what West Washington wanted, to stop. Now they're going to try to score here. Now they go to Brown on the left wing. Goes to Woods. There's that. I mean, it's got to be a travel shame.
Right, yeah. She hops every single time she takes a dribble.
So here's Brown with it on the left wing. Brings it back up to top. Looks to drive on Madeline. Off Gracie Lewis. She picks it up. Jeter gets the loose ball. Here comes Jeter on the attack. Goes up to Ava. Into Kaya, kicks it out to Madeline. Madeline's going to let three go. Got it.
I think it might be her first shot of the game.
I think you're right.
Yeah, she's passed up some shots also.
So here's the Senators trying to get it in. And they're going to get a 5-second count. Good defensive pressure by the Musketeers there. So Jeter set the inbound it. If I'm, a player, I'm telling them, come back to me right here. I just hit one. Madeline's got to be saying, come back to me.
I mean, setting up ready to shoot.
Yeah. Kaya, back to Ava on the drive, back to Jeter. She's going to let three go. She got it. Good start by the Musketeers here to start the second half. 27-8 Musketeer lead. Here comes Woods up the left side being guarded by Kaya, and they're going to get a foul. She kind of rode her up the sideline.
She did. Instead of trying to get in front of her and cutting it off there, she just rode her up the floor.
So Madison Brown sets the inbounds it on the far sideline. She's going to get it into Shelby Griffith, being guarded by Gracie Lewis now. She hits Brown on the back door to her sister. Ball deflected. The ball's being loose. It's going to be a jump ball, and it should stay with the Lady Senators.
Yeah, we got, kind of lucky on that. That was a good back door. She just a little out of control when she got the ball.
We got lucky, but then we didn't, secure it after we, should have had the rebound. So Brown sets the inbound it. She goes to Johnson. Back up to Woods now. She hits Brown at the top. Looks for that back door again. Nothing there. Dribbles out. Looking for help. Goes to Griffith. Griffith throws it away. Ty McKinley with the steal. Gives it to Jeter. Jeter on the push now. Comes up the left side. Goes to Madeline now. Madeline comes back up the top to Souter. Ava almost just looks to dribble as soon as she gets it. She don't look at the rim. Madeline looks in there. Nothing there. Goes to Gracie Lewis. Over to Jeter in the corner. Here's Souter on the drive. Splits the defenders. He got it. She does that well.
Yes, I agree.
So here comes the Senators. Mackenzie Brown with it. Goes to her sister Madison. And we're going to have another jump ball, and it'll be Musketeer basketball. So 29-8 with 5:22 to go here in the third as number 2 O'Toole checks in for Griffith.
This might be their first substitution, Mikey.
Yeah, I believe it is. And Kaylee checks in for Ava, and the Lady Senators call a 30-second timeout. So, good start here to the third quarter for the Musketeers as they push this lead from 13 to 21 now.
Yeah, that's exactly what Coach wants here, coming out of halftime. Pushing the ball up the floor, getting some open shots, and, we'll continue to do a good job defensively, forcing some turnovers, and we've scored on a couple of them here.
Yeah, and, it's got to take a toll on West Washington basically playing 5 girls, and especially when they're being pressed and hounded, it wears on you quick.
Yep, exactly. I mean, it's hard to play this type of game when you don't have much of a bench at all, when you're getting constant pressure.
Here come the Musketeers out of the timeout. It'll be their ball. Kaylee inbounds it to Jeter. She brings it up the floor now. Senator stay in the zone. Goes to Kaylee now. Over to Madeline. Madeline to Gracie. Goes to Jeter. Jeter the short corner to Kaylee. Nothing there. Sends it up to Gracie Lewis. Madeline's going to let 3 go from the top again. No good.
Over the back there.
And we're going to have a travel on Kaylee on the offensive rebound.
It may, have a couple more passes there, but, still she was open. Take the shot.
So here comes Madison Brown with it. Up to her sister. Goes to O'Toole. Now Johnson with it, being guarded by Jeter. Jeter don't want to pick up her third here. Now Brown with it. Goes over to O'Toole. Now to Brown. Back over to Wood. Gives it to Johnson. She loses it. Jeter with good hustle. Going to go in and lay it in for 2.
Just too quick there for.
Well, I think part of it is they're tired. There's a steal by Madeline. Picked up by Kai. Back to Gracie. Madeline over to Jeter. She's going to let 3 go. And it is no good. Rebound by Kaylee. It's going to be saved by Brown. Here's O'Toole with it. Picked up by Gracie Lewis off the steal. Gives it to Jeter. She goes to Kaylee. Goes into Kai. Back out to Jeter. Goes to Gracie. One more over to Madeline. Hits Kaylee in the short corner. Right through her hands. Ball's loose. Jeter picks it up again. Now we're going to have a foul on Madison Brown for the Senators.
Seems like West Washington's on the floor almost every possession.
Yeah.
They're struggling a little bit, handling the ball.
So Jeter with it now. She goes over to Madeline. Back up to Gracie. Musketeers holding this 23-point lead with 3:40 to go in the third. Lewis with it. Hits Kaylee at the top. Nothing there. Back to Gracie at the top. So here's Madeline in the corner. Goes back to Gracie over to Jeter. Jeter up to the high post to Kaya. Nothing there. Back to Gracie Lewis. Over to Jeter. Jeter drives. Not much going here on this offensive possession. Gracie just decides off stock one. I thought she had that one.
Yeah, it looked good.
Kaya with
gotta
it,
be a foul.
throws it up, and she's going to get fouled.
Yeah, our spacing wasn't quite as good right there on that possession.
So the foul's on number 22, Madison Brown. That'll be her third, team second of the half. Kaya McKinley set to go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. The first one's up and good. So substitution, Nance in for Johnson and Griffith in. Johnson and Woods check out. Christina Knight checking in for the shooter here. Second one's up and no good. That's what I'd have did too. Couldn't take me out if I missed it.
That's right.
So here comes Griffith being guarded by Jeter. Goes over to Brown. Brown over to O'Toole. Goes over to Mackenzie Brown.
Cut down.
O'Toole. She's going to be blocked by Kaya. Gives it to
Push it
Jeter
here.
now. Jeter on the attack. She's going to drive right down the lane, kick it out to Kaylee. She's going to drive in and miss the layup. Rebound by Kaya. She misses it. Kaylee gets it. Kicks it out. Jeter on the attack. Kicks it back out to Gracie. Over to Madeline. She's going to let three go. No good. Rebounded by Kaylee. It's getting a little bit sloppy now.
Yeah.
Shane.
We need to be a little bit stronger when we get the ball inside. And taking it back up.
I agree. Here's Jeter. Goes to Gracie Lewis. Goes to Madeline in the corner. She's going to let three more go. No good. Kaya with the rebound, and she got it. So Musketeers have pushed it to a 34-8 lead. Still here. Jeter with it. Gives it to Kaya. Kicks it over to Kaylee. Kaylee looks to drive. Kicks it out to Gracie Lewis. Goes over to Jeter. Jeter back to Lewis now. Back over to Madeline. Back to Lewis. Back to Jeter. Back to Lewis now. Back to Jeter. Lewis.
Oh, bad pass.
Bad pass. Madeline comes up with it. Needing help. Goes to Kaya.
Cut down the middle.
Skip to Jeter. Back to Lewis. You know, we're just not really moving it anywhere. You know, we're not attacking.
Not with any kind of purpose.
Jeter with it now. Looks to Kaylee. She goes up and got it. So here comes the Senators. It's going to be a travel on Madison Brown. Now Kaya will check out, and O'Toole for the Senators as Johnson checks in for her. Christina Knight in for Kaya. Musketeer ball underneath the basket. McKenna into Knight. Goes to Jeter now, into Madeline. Not a very good pass.
No.
And it's going to stay with the Musketeers as it's knocked out of bounds.
Yeah. McKenna threw it right at her feet. That's hard.
Yeah.
You can't. It's hard passing to handle.
36-8 with 1:01 to go here in the third. And to Jeter now. Goes over to Christina. She drives. Bad pass.
Good pass there.
Ball knocked off. Good hustle by Johnson. Knocks it off Lewis. Just going to stay with the Lady Senators with 48 seconds to go. Ava Sider to check back in. She checks in for Christina. So, Senators inbound. Goes to Johnson. She's going to let three go. No good.
Oh, should have grabbed it.
Nobody went after it. Nance with it. Goes to Johnson. Back over to Madison Brown. Being guarded by Madeline. Goes to Shelby Griffith, who's being double teamed now. They're going to stay with the Senators as Jeter knocks it out of bounds.
West Washington fans over here getting a little frustrated.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it is frustrating right now. Into Griffith, back to Madison Brown, back to Griffith. 24 to go in the quarter. So Jeter guarding Griffith. Gives it to Brown. Goes over to her sister. Back to Griffith. Back over to Landry Johnson. Johnson looks to drive on Grayson. Nice kick over to Nance. She couldn't handle it. It's going to be Musketeer basketball with 6 seconds to go. So here comes Jeter. Gives it to Souter. She lets three go from the top. Ooh. Looks good, just short. Yep. So at the end of the third, the Musketeers with a 36-8 lead. I believe they held them scoreless that quarter.
Yeah, they didn't score at all.
This is WSLM Radio out of Salem, Indiana. We'll step away and bring you a word from our sponsors. We'll be back for Lady Musketeer basketball.
Keep playing. Keep working. Keep going.
and keep moving with the unmatched orthopedic care at Baptist Health. With a best-in-class team and procedures you won't find anywhere else in the region. It's no wonder most people choose Baptist to help them keep on keeping on. Visit BaptistHealth.com/ortho to find a Baptist Health provider.
Hi, everybody. Bob Lovell here. Be sure to tune in on WSLM 1220 AM and 97.9 FM for your weekly dose of Indiana sports talk from 9:30 to midnight.
Are you shopping for a new home or looking to refinance at today's interest rates? FirstHarrisonMortgage.com should be the next stop in your rate shopping. It might just be your last. First Harrison Mortgage offers aggressive rates for first-time home buyers, as well as VA, FHA, USDA, and conventional mortgages. You can even get pre-qualified now.
All right, welcome back here to Eastern High School. It'll be Lady Senator basketball to start the fourth quarter. They get it into Griffith. Griffith coming across the timeline, goes to the left side. Ball deflected. It's going to stay with the Senators. So Senators inbounded on the far side. Number 1, Lily Thompson checks in for Griffith. So Johnson with it now for the Senators. Comes across the timeline against Gracie Lewis. Looking for help. It hits Brown. Goes to Johnson now. Johnson with it. Drives, kicks it out to Woods. She's going to let 3 go. No good. Rebound by Jeter. Jeter on the attack.
They're continuing to struggle here.
Christina Knight for 3.
Oh,
no good.
I mean, it's been
Rebound by Thompson. Thompson on the attack now for the Senators. Goes over to Landon Johnson. She walked. She knocks down a 3. So their first points the second half. Now Ava with it. Goes over to Knight. She looks. Comes back to the top to Gracie Lewis. Goes over to Jeter. Into good pass. Kaya. Kaya goes up. Gets her own rebound. Goes up again and got it. I'm going to go to the line and complete the 3-point play. Fouls on number 32. That's Ava Woods. That'll be her second, team third. So Kaya going to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. And it's good. So that makes it 39-11. Musketeer lead. Musketeer still pressing. Oh, almost stolen. Here comes the Madison Brown. Picks it up. Looks to her sister. She pulls up for 15. No good. Ball is going to be out of bounds into the Musketeers. So here comes Jeter. She crosses the timeline. And you can just see it in West Washington. They're just wanting this game to be over with.
Sure. I mean, you can see they're tired. And
ball goes into Kaya. She goes up. No good. Gets her own rebound. Back out to Gracie Lewis. Jeter's going to let 3 go. Banks it in from the top. So that'll make it 42-11. Another turnover by the Senators, and it's going to stay with the Musketeers now.
You know, there's several girls out there for West Washington. They played a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
They haven't subbed much at all.
And some of them played a quarter JV as well.
Right. Yeah, what we say they have 11 total for both JV and varsity.
So Souter with it now in the corner. Comes back up to Gracie Lewis. Goes over to Jeter. Goes into Kaya. She's going to go up and got it.
Good. She went up strong that time.
So
good job.
Senators going to draw a foul on the Musketeers with 6:09 to go, and it's 44-11 lead. So that'll be the second team foul on the Musketeers, and Gracie Lewis is first.
There haven't been a lot of fouls this game. What would we say, 6 the first half, maybe?
Yeah.
And then there's only 5 this half.
So into Johnson, being guarded by Gracie Lewis. She comes across the right side, drives down the middle, goes up, throws it up, no good. Rebounded by Kaya. She gives it to Jeter now. Jeter up to Gracie Lewis. Into Ava. Ava goes up, no good. Rebound by Wood. Off to Thompson. Thompson brings it across the timeline. Goes over to Madison Brown. Her three in and out. Rebounded by Kaya. Here comes Jeter now. Throws it up to
that has to be a foul.
And there's going to be a foul on Thompson. With 5:32 to go, it's a 33-point lead for the Musketeers. Souter set to inbound it. Gives it to Jeter now. Jeter goes to the right side tonight. She looks. Skip pass over to Gracie Lewis. Goes to Ava. Goes to Knight. She's going to let three go. No good.
At the top. Hit the bars on top of the backboard there.
Yep. So, once again, Senator basketball. Into Johnson. Johnson brings it up against Gracie Lewis. You just see the frustration in the ball handling. They've seen it all night, you know.
We're still doubling.
And there's going to be a turnover on the Senators. So, nope, they're going to say it was off Christina.
Yep.
So we're going to have a timeout by West Washington. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll step away and hear a word from our sponsors. This is Lady Musketeer Basketball on WSLM Radio out of Salem, Indiana.
This is Becky White from WSLM. I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Hello there, Jalen Hoare here at John Jones in Salem, Indiana. Happy Thanksgiving from us over at John Jones in Salem, Indiana. Turkeys aren't the only things you want to make sure you get off the table. Chevrolet's got a $500 Cyber Cash program going on. Give us a call at 877-473-5546 or check us out online at johnjonesautogroup.com for more details on this special program.
At John Jones GM City, you see so many because they pay so little.
Keep playing. Keep working. Keep going. And keep moving. With the unmatched orthopedic care at Baptist Health. With a best-in-class team and procedures you won't find anywhere else in the region. It's no wonder most people choose Baptist to help them keep on. Keeping on. Visit BaptistHealth.com/ortho to find it.
All right, welcome back here to Eastern High School. So we got 5:06 to go in the ball game. Senator basketball. Musketeers up 44-11. Here comes Thompson across the timeline, being guarded by Jeter. Jeter hounding her, goes to Brown now. She throws it away. Picked up by Kaya, gives it to Jeter now. Here comes Jeter across the timeline, goes to Kaya. Kaya dribbles over, hands it to Knight. Knight thought about it, nothing there. Goes to Ava. Now comes back up to Gracie Lewis, goes to Jeter. Goes over to Christina in the corner, comes back up to Souter. Souter back to Lewis. Looks, goes to Knight now. Skip past to Jeter. Goes to Gracie. Gonna have a kick ball. Stay with the Musketeers.
You know, we're looking to get it inside there. Kaya, and not really even looking at the basket on the outside.
So, Ava to inbound. Comes into Jeter. Goes to Christina. She drives. Little bounce pass to Kaya, and she got it. That's a nice pass there.
Yeah, and, you know, Kaya used her left hand right there and put it off the board. That was a good shot.
So Musketeers backed off the pressure now, up 35 with 4 minutes to go. We're at the running clock now. So Wood with a nice move, gets blocked by Kaya. Here comes Jeter now. Jeter on the attack. Goes to Kaya. Hands it off to Gracie Lewis. Goes to Jeter. And to Kaya. She throws it up. No good. Ava on the offensive rebound. Kick out to Gracie Lewis for three. No good. Here comes Lily Thompson with it. It's going to be knocked out of bounds and be white ball. So go to the Musketeers. So under 3.5 to go. Ava with it, goes to Christina. Christina with the skip to Gracie, goes to Jeter. Jeter into Kaya. Kaya back out to Christina. Thought about it, kicks it back out to Jeter. Jeter on the drive, back to Christina. Goes to Gracie. Back to Christina. Got to move the ball from side to side.
Yeah, we're dribbling it too much here.
Christina with a little runner, no good. Here comes Lily Thompson. Stolen by the Musketeers, picked up by Souter. She gives it to Christina, and she missed the layup. Rebound by Kaya, and she puts it in. So here comes the Senators. We're down to 2.5 to go. Here comes McKenzie over to Johnson. Going to be a foul on Souter. So, foul on Souter. That'll be her first. Team third.
Like I said, the clock's running here.
Yeah. So, Madeline Llewellyn checks in for Christina Knight. So, into Brown. Goes back to her sister. Just kind of throws it. She's going to be a jump ball. Going to go to the Musketeers. Checking in for the Senators, Abby Young, and number 23, Ashley McShane. Checking in for Johnson and Woods. Coach McBride still with the starters in. Ava Souter with it now, goes over to Madeline. We're down to 1.5 minutes to go. Gracie looking, picks it up, goes back out to Jeter. Goes to Ava, down to Kaya. She's going to go up and got it.
She used that left hand well.
Yeah. So here's Brown. She comes across, hands it over to Brown. Being guarded by Souter. She drives down the middle with her left hand, kicks it out to Lily Thompson. She's going to let three go. No good. Picked up by Jeter. We're at 1 minute to go in the ball game. Here comes Jeter right down the lane and lays it in for two. So here comes the Senators now. It's 52-11. Thompson in trouble. Ball's loose, picked up by Gracie Lewis. She's going to go in and get fouled and go to the line for two.
I believe that's the only time the clock stops on the free throws.
I believe so. So Gracie Lewis is going to have 2 free throws. First one's up and no good. Kaylee McKinley checking in for her sister Kaya. And Nance checking in, and number 21, Emma Schmidt checking in for the Senators. As the Brown sisters come out for the second one's up and no good by Gracie, and it's going to be out of bounds. So for the Musketeers, Emma Dean, Elizabeth Trueblood, Kylie Batt, and Gracie McBride check in. So here comes the Senators. Thompson with it. Goes over to number 34, Young. She drives, goes up, and no good. With 29.6 to go. Fouls on Kaylee.
This might be their first free throw attempt of the night. I can't remember.
Could be. So the first one is up and good. So she'll have one more. The second one is up and good. So that'll make it 52-13 with 30 seconds to go. Here comes Batt up the right side. Goes to Trueblood. Goes into Emma Dean. Kicks it out to Kaylee. Kaylee kicks it out to McBride. Goes to Batt. Goes back to McBride. Goes to Kaylee. 15. Batt turns it over. Goes up. No good. Rebound by Schmidt. Going to give it to Young, and she banks it in. That's going to be the final. It's 52-15. as the Lady Musketeers come away with the victory. So, Shane, won't stay on long tonight.
No.
Got to get things cleaned up, ready to go for tomorrow night. So, any thoughts on tonight's ball game?
I think we did a little bit better second half as far as taking advantage of our pressure and turnovers and capitalize on them. Kai did a good job, inside there. She had several points on the inside. And defensively, I think we played pretty good for the most game. I know West Washington struggled, not having much of a bench and stuff. So you could tell they got tired and stuff. But, good win, especially when it's against your county rival.
Yep, I agree. So once again, the Lady Musketeers come away with a 52-15 win over county rival West Washington Lady Senators. So Musketeers will be back in action next Thursday at home against the New Wash Mustangs. We'll be back on the air tomorrow night to bring you boys action as they'll be hosting Crawford County. And then Saturday night as they travel down to Clarksville. That's it, Shane.
No. Good to be with you tonight. Enjoyed it.
All right. Well, this is Mikey and Shane saying good night and God bless. Have a good evening.